Hi folks, Aaron here. Welcome back to the anime review. Today we are looking at Dame X Prince Anime Caravan Episode 1, or Anime Caravan Episode 1, I don't know what I just said. I wasn't going to review this. I wasn't. But I had several people who like reverse harems telling me you might like it just because it's actually one of the more funnier reverse harems that they've seen in a while. Color me intrigued. I actually listened to that and I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Whatever, right? It's not going to kill me. Watch one episode, see how I like. I love this show. So far, there's some stuff wrong with it that definitely makes it where it's like, it's not a perfect show. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, it's really not the best show around, but it does have some good stuff about it, and I do want to talk about that. But in case you guys are completely new to it, I'll give you a rundown of the synopsis. And also, by the way, I'm using Mal only because their names are really hard for me to remember, to be honest with you, so I don't want to have any problems when I'm talking about the review for it. I might do that more often with certain like things like this. For example, we have like 20 different characters, only because I want to give you guys a little bit more detailed reviews and stuff like that, so it helps out a little bit. Anyways, we have our main character, Ani Anko, or Inako, I think it is. Ani comes from a neighboring country, which is actually currently at like war, or basically at ends with this one other country nearby. And she's meant to be like I want to say, diplomat of sorts, to go there, to kind of see all these different people there, to get more used to them, etc. And just in general to become, I want to say, open with these people. You know, let them know, hey, listen, we're not a bad country. We don't have to have any issues with one another. We can be friends and hopefully make a deal with one another. The best part of this whole thing is then meeting this other country's, basically several princes that are involved in this country. They are all some of the weirdest and just strangest people that you can meet. And I think that is probably one of the things I love about the show. But even more so, Ani herself is actually probably one of my favorite reverse harem female protagonists. She is a person that's very vocal. She makes these things where she makes these statements about these characters. Like, one of the characters you meet early on, his name is Narek. And he is very full of himself. He's like, he starts off his thing with doing this whole dance routine bit. He even has a group of people with him that actually throw confetti on him and are fanning him and stuff like that, just to like give him this huge, like almost rock star type of appearance. And lo and behold, she's like, oh my god, this dude's weird. And he legit tries to at one point give her a giant portrait of himself and goes, here, you could have this. It's perfectly there for you. You can take it. Please take it. She's like, no, I don't want it. In her head, she was debating, like, can I sell it for money, or what would I do with it? But she's like, no, I don't want that. I don't want it at all. I was just blown away by that, because I'm so used to female protagonists in reverse harems to be like this, I don't want to say brain dead thing, because not a lot of them are brain dead, but they're very, I want to say almost formulaic in nature, if they're always trying to adhere to the group of people that they end up being stuck with. You know, a lot of times they almost act like dolls, and that's the best way I can kind of put it, where, you know, even, for example, and the exception with a few shows, like, I think Code Realize is probably one of the fewer things that doesn't do that, but, we have stuff like, Diabolical Lovers, for example, where she goes along with everything. Uta Priest sometimes has our main girl going along with everything. But, you know, shows like this, or even like Kiss Him Not Me, those are shows that actually have female protagonists that are very interesting. And Ani is actually a really cool character, because you could see, you know, she thinks all these dudes that she meets, all these princes, like she meets, I believe, Prince, oh, I forgot the dude's name, and I'm trying to look through it. It's not Theo. Theo's our guardian with her. And I know she meets like this one dude. He's like a very effeminate prince, the way he looks. He looks like a female when you first see him. But when she meets him, she's like, oh, okay, how are you doing? Like, she was very confused by his nature. One of the other princes or advisors was like right behind her going, oh, hey, how are you doing? She jumped out of her seat like, where'd you come from? You know, she has her expressions out there. And that's so rare for a female reverse harem protagonist. So I'm actually digging that. I think it's pretty good. The animation's not too great for Dame X Prince. I'm not really a huge fan of it. It doesn't look bad. The characters actually have a nice design to them and all that, but it doesn't look like it's the nicest thing I've seen. I believe Studio Flad, which I'm not sure what works they've done. If I look it up, I've probably seen maybe one or other shows that they've done, but you know, I don't think they did that great of a job with the quality of it. It's okay. Even like the closing song's okay. The opening song's not too bad. I actually like the opening song. But yeah, I'm not sticking around for it with the animation. I just like the character so far. Another issue I have with the show so far is the whole story for it. I don't think the plot right now is very intriguing or even interesting. It's very just straightforward. You have a country that's trying to get on better terms with another country. That's it. You know, I'm presuming that we're going to start learning more about these characters as the show continues on, but will it ever be anything really that great? I don't think so. I think that the show will always kind of adhere to just, you know, having these weird characters and Ani trying to get closer to one of them. So far, two of my favorite characters, though, Narek, in terms of the guys, because I think they're funny. Narek, I think, is hilarious. I mean, he's full of himself, yeah, but he is one funny-ass dude. And then we also have Theo, who I love Theo for the fact that, you know, he's supposed to be like, I think, our guardian of sorts. And he's like, I'll get rid of any weirdos that you have. Don't worry, princess. And she's like, oh, thanks so much, because she is surrounded by weirdos, and she understands that. But I will say, like I said before, the good is that we have a strong female lead. I like her a lot. I think she's got a lot of expression. We have a interesting group of cast of characters who I really think are all pretty cool, and I'm very curious what their stories and backstories will be. I'm also curious if we're going to actually get one of these like routes of her being with one of these dudes, if not none of them, which would be kind of interesting in itself. But and the opening song is pretty good, and the music's okay. It works. The voice acting is also fine. I have no issue with that. The bad, obviously, I'm not a huge fan of the ending song. I don't think that's good. Animation's okay. It's not the best thing in the world. And I'm not digging the plot so far. Like I said before, it feels like a very simple plot. But anyways, guys and girls, what did you think about this week's episode of Dame X Prince Anime Caravan? That's so weird that title has the word anime in it. That's like, it sounds meta, more meta than it should be. Let me know in the comments below down, you know, obviously tell me what you think about it. I would love to hear from you always, and I'll try to respond to it. I know it's kind of late, so I do apologize for that, but this was kind of a last minute thing on my part, so it's my bad, but, you know, hopefully you guys understand. Anyways, I hope you also enjoyed my review. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video around, and check out my Patreon for various rewards, etc. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a blessed night, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone.